It's the fire in the rain. It's the smile within the pain. It's the logic but insane. You cannot know from where it came. It's the way you cross the floor before you head on out the door. It's the figure on the wall. So many times I heed the call. It's the silence of the room, the way you turn before you bloom. Another shadow for the blind. I think I'm gonna lose my mind. Although I'm running up a hill, I feel I'm always standing still. Can't remember where I've been. I don't know where I should begin. I don't know where I should begin. I don't know where I should begin. There's far too many of us here, a crowded planet full of fear. It's not the way it's meant to be. We should be happy living free. Although I'm running up a hill, I feel I'm always standing still. Can't remember where I've been. I don't know where I should begin. I don't know where I should begin. I don't know where I should begin.
Hello.
Hey, good morning. Can everybody hear me?
I got green bars for your voice. So
Yeah?
should be good.
You sure? Evelyn! Thank you for the subscription! Thank you for 10 months! Holy guacamole! Awesome, I'm glad people can hear me.
Oh, I couldn't hear that.
Because I can't hear what?
That alert.
Oh, probably because you turned it down from my Hades stream, maybe. No, because it was working fine yesterday.
Yeah. Oh.
I have a glitch that only happens when I stream. And it's especially weird because I actually stream on Mike's computer, so there shouldn't be any viable difference except for the fact that it's me doing it. Where every time I do a stream, if an alert goes during the stream, it just repeats for the entire stream. And we have to like mute it and then switch scenes on OBS and then switch back to stop it from doing it.
Apparently the alerts did not work fine yesterday. We just didn't notice.
Oh, I thought we got some raids yesterday. That worked.
We did, yeah, we did get some raids yesterday.
But were they
didn't we?
not? Was other stuff not working properly? Because if so, we didn't notice.
We might have heard them, but everyone else maybe didn't.
Oh, maybe. Oh, you couldn't hear the sound. Interesting. We could. Huh.
I fixed that, but I haven't fixed having them happen.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh yeah, because Rustnutty just followed. Thank you.
Woohoo! Thank you very much. Alright, so the thing I had to tell you. First of all, I'm going to tell you about the dream I had.
Okay.
What's the dude's name from My Hero Academia with the blonde hair who's angry all the time?
Jacobite.
That's not his name! Stop telling me that's his name!
Jacobite.
That's not it, chat will know.
Jacobite Yakuza.
I thought you were going to say Jacobite Yakubite.
Yeah, okay, Jacobite
Poor
Yakubite.
parent.
His name is Jacobite Yakubite.
Bakugo, that's it.
Jacobite.
I've been watching too much Game Grumps Danganronpa and I keep wanting to call him Byakuya.
Byakuga.
Byakuya. I can't even say his name properly. It's like Byakuya.
Jacobite.
Okay, so Bakugo. I had a dream that Bakugo poisoned Midoriya by accident. And also it was Christmas and we were in a big group traveling around trying to get somewhere for Christmas.
How did he do it by accident?
It was like a combination between that part in Home Alone where the mother is in the van trying to get back for Christmas and My Hero Academia. How did he poison him by accident? He used something on him that he didn't know was poison. I think it was one of All Might's
Did he dip
special moves.
Did he I don't know.
And we were there and we were trying to get back for Christmas, which involved jumping off waterfalls and making our way through a weird land. And every time we got to a checkpoint, we had to eat like a Christmas cookie. And when we got to one Christmas cookie left, we knew that it was the last checkpoint we'd be going to next. And we'd meet Santa Claus or something. I don't know.
Did you wake up before you got to the last checkpoint?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah, I woke up when it turned into My Hero Academia instead of us questing to save Christmas or whatever we were doing.
I'm trying to think of a way to smash those two titles together.
But also the thing I had to tell you that's
What?
really important
Wait, what?
is that I was watching Game Grumps like a week and a half ago or something, and an advert came on, and it was an advert for a game, and in the game you were like someone who lived in the wilderness growing up. It was like one of those Age of Empires like games, it looks like, where you have to like
Top
manage
down.
resources, except there was a dinosaur there the entire way along your life, and it was amazing. Like, a dinosaur rescues you or something from a river, and then you're a child, and then the dinosaur teaches you to fish, and then the dinosaur brings you a wife home. and I need to know what this game is called.
Wait.
Because I tried to search it afterwards, but I got the name wrong and I forgot what it was called.
A dinosaur brings you a wife.
Yes. It helps you build a house. And then you go outside your house and it runs towards you and it's got a woman on its back and it's like, I brought you a wife. Did anyone else get this advert? Because I need to know what this game is. I just need to know.
Dinosaur brings you a wife game. Wait.
Have you found it?
No.
Oh. I got so excited. I wouldn't know what to even search. Like, game, advert, dinosaur. I don't know. How recent was the advert? It was like a week and a half ago. It was really, really recent. It was super recent. Which is why I was hoping that other people would have got the advert too. Because I was gonna switch it off. And then as soon as I saw what was on it, my finger just hovered over the screen and I was like, oh.
What?
Oh, this is amazing.
I'm not finding it, India.
Man. Advert. It's probably a mobile game.
I found a dinosaur story.
Palbro, you subscribed. Thank you so much.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, a whole year already. I hadn't congratulated you yet for your affiliate-versary. Aw, thank you. Thanks so much, Palbro. That's amazing of you. Man, I can't find it. Well, so much for that.
Oh, I think it might be because we're still on the starting soon screen.
What, that we can't find the dinosaur game?
No, that we can't hear the alerts. No, they're on. Oh, I don't know.
Dinosaurs Are People Too is it apparently the name of the game, which is interesting. It's impossible to find.
What? Wait, what were you looking at where you came across something called... Oh! You were trying to show our flatmate Tapastic. And the front page of Tapastic was just full of romance horniness.
It's a shame because our flatmate was interested in vertical comics and I was like, oh, Tapastic is a great site for that because it's a vertical layout. And I remembered there being a couple of really good vertical comics on there where they make really interesting use of the space. But I think it gave him the impression that there wasn't anything worth looking at on there.
Yeah.
But he's never he's interested in looking at how to do them and he's never done them before and I think it would be a really good resource. But because I went on the front page and every single comic on there was romance and every single comic was like anime style, I think he's probably disregarded it. But I think it really could be helpful if we found some good ones on there.
Yeah.
Because people have been using that format for years.
Yes.
And found really cool ways to use it.
You found one in particular, which had a title.
Which had a title?
Yeah.
Wife After Love. Do you believe in Wife After Love? What an amazing title.
Wife After Love is so, a questionable title at best.
It's amazing.
I can only assume that someone fell in love and then fell out of love or marry the person that they loved but stop loving them before they were married, or it's a whole different person.
If you're trying to figure out like exactly what it was going to be just from the title, you're probably barking up the wrong tree.
Oh, you haven't heard it called Tapastic in a long time. Yeah, we
Is it called something else?
it's just called Tapas now.
Oh, it is, isn't it? You're right. Oh, my bad.
We were around for the shift, but we were there from the beginning. And tapas is a worse name than tapastic because tapas is a type of food. So why would you change your unless you're trying to get searched as a small edible delivery system?
Thinking about tapas making me hungry.
Anyway, is your screen not full of dinosaur search?
No, it is completely full of dinosaur search. That's all it is. Is me looking for the dinosaur game. But I don't think I'm gonna find it. Dino Hunter King? No, it wasn't about hunting. It was about living alongside them in peace and harmony. Ding dang it.
Dinosaur saves you from a river and brings you a wife.
Use your amazing Google skills, Mike.
That's what I'm trying with this. It's just telling me about.
I'm just gonna type in advert. Dinosaur brings
dinosaur.
wife. There's no way.
Are you sure it was a wife and not just?
Yeah. Well, a woman.
Are you sure it wasn't just like, I also saved this person from the river and now you can live together?
Yeah, I'm 100% sure. It was very clear in its intentions. What was this game trailer? How could I not find it?
What?
So
Okay. Hang on. What was the style?
It was kind of cartoony but realistic in that way that a lot of like Age of Empire and stuff games are, where people have realistic proportions but slightly cartoony faces.
Okay.
Like the environments are realistic and everything. It wasn't, it wasn't 2D or anything. I'm sorry, guys. This is just really important to me. I wish it didn't have such a generic title. It had a really generic title. Like, it was called, like, Age of Empires or, like, Legion of Kingdoms or something.
Legion of Kingdoms,
I
the
don't know.
dinosaur raises you story.
I don't know.
What is it called? Dinosaur Father?
No. It was called something like Age of Empire. It was just super generic. Like... super generic.
Age of Dinosaur.
Age of It didn't have dinosaur in the title.
Oh, how are we meant to find it then?
I know!
I don't know how to find it if it didn't have dinosaur in the title.
It should totally have dinosaur in the title. I mean, that's the selling point. That's why I'm interested.
Was it called Second Extinction?
No, it wasn't called Extinction or anything. It was called something like Age of Empires. It was just like very generic building stuff. I'm never gonna be able to find it, am I? Ever again? That's it. Over. Well, I guess we better get to the actual point of the stream.
Yes.
Yeah, Clash of Empires, Age of Clans, something like that, Ben. You're right. Squats! How dare you? Dare you give me squats? Is it Forge of Empires? It might be. Like, it could be.
Age of India.
Let me go and do some squats.
Is your screen shareable at least? Are you on Sync Sketch yet?
Yes, I'm not on Sync Sketch.
What the fuck are you doing?
Okay.
Was it maybe like a spoof and like all of the game? Was it like an ad for Ark?
I thought it might have been because it looked kind of similar, but I don't think it was. It had like Ark is a title that I would have remembered. Forge of Empires. Let me try that. Look, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but someday I'm gonna find this, guys, and I'm gonna show it to you, and you'll be like, "Oh, it was a real thing." Wait. Empire. I don't think it was. Hold on. Advert dinosaur. It looks too cartoony to have been this, but maybe I'm misremembering.
It definitely has like a kind of.
It has a caveman feel, but I don't see any dinosaurs. Where are the dinosaurs at?
Yeah, you do start out as a caveman, maybe journey through the eras.
But the dinosaur, though. I'm looking. I don't think this is it. I'm not seeing the dinosaur saving him or bringing him a wife.
Anyway, you on Sync Sketch yet?
I'm looking at an ad for Forge of Empires. But I will be on Sync Sketch very soon. As soon as I've dragged my mouse through this advert. It was a pterodactyl for a second, but that's it. Yeah, no. Okay, I give up. I'm on Sync Sketch now. Thank you for trying to help though, guys. I appreciate it. Wait, what genie thing, men? I see what you're doing, Michael. Look, I'm done, okay? I've stopped looking.
Okay. Okay.
That film everyone misremembers about a genie from the 90s. I don't know what that film is. Don't think I've ever seen that. You still have the claw down there. Sometimes it's like he doesn't exist.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't have. Isn't it Kazam?
You're right.
It's got the rapper, like what's his face? It's like Ice-T or something like that, isn't it?
Gav Madrid, you tell me if you find it. I'm gonna find it and show you guys and prove that I'm not just making it up.
Yeah, a genie who introduces himself as Kazam, Shaquille O'Neal. Wait, is Shaquille O'Neal a different... No, wait. Is it that a sequel? No, maybe it's... I don't remember it as being... I remember it as being him, so maybe it is Shazam. Wait. I guess I'm also misremembering it.
No one's remembering it correctly.
There were like two. There's Kazam, and it might also be... Is Sinbad in a genie movie? Wait!
What is it?
There's... Was Sinbad in a genie movie? In the same year, he appeared in a college humor April Fool's video consisting of newly created features supposedly taken from a 1990s genie movie called Shazam, which never existed. The comedy drew from an internet rumor confusing Shazam with the real genie film titled Kazam, starring Shaquille O'Neal.
That's a very complex...
I guess I remembered both.
Wow.
Yeah, anyway.
You might be better off searching on the App Store. Now that's a good idea. There's an idea. I'm gonna try that.
This is what happens when you bring up the genie movie. People remember both. Anyway, what were you saying?
What was I saying? I was saying that searching the App Store is a great idea.
Oh.
But yeah, let's have a look at the Anna Morning challenges. Now that we've wasted your time talking about dinosaur adverts.
I'm gonna remove Caryu's and I'm gonna put Splinter
No!
in his place.
No, come on!
Come on. Come on.
Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on!
Miguel.
I'm just waiting for you, India.
Wait for me to do what?
Play Porky's animation or anything.
Okay. Alright. I see how it is. No need to be like that. So, the Anna Morning challenge for this week was to animate either hands or feet, whichever you find harder, doing a simple gesture. And so we went through some of them yesterday and we're going to finish them off today. And the first up is Porky Boy. So let's have a look at what they did. Whoa. So beautiful. Look at this cute little, like, mousy kitten, glowy, animal, cute, neat, companion, furry friend thing.
Okay, first up, I really like the broken line style on the knuckles. That's cool.
It's beautiful. Yeah, this is very clean. Like, you must have spent way more than 3 hours on this. I really love the lighting on this. The addition of that is so nice. You always go above and beyond, Porky. The hand gesture itself is really nice and subtle. Like, really, really nice gesture, nice easing. Like, the way the fingers unfold is really satisfying and pleasing. Is Porky in chat right now? I'd be interested to know if they used a reference for it.
They are in chat.
No. Hello, Porky. Yeah, I'd love to know if you used reference or if this was from your heed. Let me pop this over the top. Like, I don't really have much to critique on this. I think it's beautiful. Like, anything which I critique is going to be a nitpick, you know?
You get 3 nitpicks.
I get 3 nitpicks. But I can't prioritize them easily in my brain.
That's why I'm saying this now.
How dare. So it feels like the wrist whoop, 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 gets a little bit bigger here on this next frame. Let me just check, because it might be coming toward cam. It does feel like there's a sudden pop in the size of it though. And the other thing is that we kind of, if you look at where the arm is, then there is a sudden stop here that I think we could just smooth out with a little bit of easing.
Ola says that they see some spacing adjustments.
I wonder if I can get Ola in here so Ola can do some doodles. Because that could be something.
Yeah, that'd be really awesome.
Let me know if you'd be up for that, Ola. Although, yes, it would be slightly more difficult since Ola wouldn't be on voice.
Ola says they would, but they're crunching at the moment.
Yeah, totally fair. No worries. But yeah, feel free to call it out in chat, Ola, and I'll see if I can spot it.
I think I'm gonna make a like a stream VC voice call thing for people we can bring onto stream for situations like this.
That'd be cool. I'm just gonna put watch forearm.
And figure out how to, because we got Patrick to collaborate and contribute to this, but I don't know if we had to give him his own login or something.
I think he just used ours. Like, and that this is just to make sure that it doesn't feel like it's like snapping into place and then stopping. Can I play it a couple of times after the notes? Yeah, sure thing. So places like here where we're rotating the hand, like super nice rotation there. You could probably bring this this finger in a little bit more over the next couple of frames. I think that'd be nice. Add a little bit of extra overlap on the movements. Like, I think especially on frames like this, it would be kind of nice to be able to see it. I think the movement of the fingers here, and watch that middle finger just popping a little bit. These are such little nitpicks, so forgive my nitpickiness. I think here it starts to feel a little bit unnatural, the way that the fingers open. And maybe it's just a matter of you delaying this finger a little bit so that we get more of this like kind of fan opening feeling where the index finger opens, then the middle finger, then the ring finger, then the little finger. There is something in me though where I feel like it would be kind of nice to have that finger raised up and then use it to have a little bit of anticipation. before the hand opens. Because it can start moving. Whoop, 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 whoop. Down. Like here-ish. Maybe here-ish, so that it can get to where you want it to be. In the next frame. You got a candidate for the dinosaur game baby ad. Chief Almighty. Okay, I'll check that out. Let me see. Let me play it a few times for you, Ola, so you can let me know like what you see. Plus, we get to see Porky's beautiful animation again, so win-win, right? Here we go. Could just watch this all day. Oh, nice, Porky. Oh my gosh, it's Chief Almighty.
It's Chief Almighty.
It's Chief Almighty.
Okay. I looked them up when Gab Madrid suggested it, and there's like stuff where they have like advert memes. I don't think this is the first time that they've made something weird. I just want the plain advert. I don't want a meme. I just want the advert. No, there's one where it's like cursed commercials, Chief Almighty saving a baby. Yeah. Wait, where is there anywhere I can just do the advert? Facebook. I searched Chief Almighty ad and I got something here. Do you have the full ad? I don't know if I have the full ad. Gosh darn it. Give me the full advert. I need to show people this. Was the baby stuck in a tree? I don't know. I don't think so. Because this doesn't look like your top-down thing that you were describing, but this is an ad. Wait. Not sponsored, lol. What is this? Is this someone's just made an advert for it? I don't know. Are you watching this? No, I'm not. I'm trying to find the advert that I saw. Oh, I don't know if this is just someone making a really... Wait, I think this is it. Okay, guys, I'm going to show it to you. And we'll see if it's it together, okay? Maybe it was stuck in a tree, Mike. I don't know. Look at that one. Watch this one. Hold on. I'm going to show people the one that I think I saw first. Okay. You guys ready? So, I think this is what I saw. And at this point, I was like, okay, I'm not clicking off this. Feeding the baby. Now they've leveled up. Thanks to their dinosaur friends. Learning to fish with their dinosaur friend. They caught a whale. What? Dinosaur approves. They've leveled up again. Now they're building a house with their dinosaur friends. I brought your wife! Oh-ho! Thank you, dinosaur friend! Right? Okay, watch the other one. The other one? Yeah. You had another one on your screen. Did I? Okay. This one? Yeah. Okay. Oh, Kath. Oh, no!
Oh no.
You must make a choice. You chose to save the
Save
dinosaur.
the dinosaur. Oh, they saved the baby.
Oh.
Oh, come on.
And
the
the shark.
What's the baby doing? Oh no! Oh no! You knew her from a baby. She's too young for you. You can't just give a baby a shark and then marry it. Excuse me? Excuse me? That's not okay.
Feed babyish. It's oh no, it's baby shark.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, in that world, maybe he was a baby like 4 minutes ago. I don't know. I don't know how this world works. Wow. Thank you very much, Gab Madrid, for that.
The life lessons.
I can't believe you found it. Amazing. Well, I'm glad we all got to share that together. Let me get back to Porky's critique.
I
believe that.
I'm just gonna point out that at no point during those adverts there were 3D like cinematic adverts. What made you say that it was a top-down style game?
Because it's like called. It looks like it is. Like, did you see the end screen of it?
Maybe. Ola
I think that was a cinematic advert for gameplay.
Yeah.
That's not.
Gotcha. Ola says my comment on the shot is somewhere up in chat, by the way.
It's okay, I found it. So, Ola says, when it's opening up and the frame after we see the creature, I think the spacing jumps on the small finger and palm. Then going slightly up and settling, the spacing seemed very similar, a bit robotic maybe. Okay, let me have a look. So let's look for a jump in spacing.
Oh.
Do you see it?
Yeah.
I think Ola's talking about this. Here, maybe?
Yeah.
Because that looks like a pop to me. So you could probably bring this down a little bit more. Let me scroll back so I can check that I'm getting the right thing. There we go. Don't worry, Porky. Like these are like we said, like nitpicks on a beautiful animation. Like, I have so many pops.
I'm just loving the meta in the chat right now.
What's that?
Porky's like, oh my god, it does jump. Crap, I gotta be careful. I'm bad. Kurzik's just like, damn Porky, I can't believe you did that.
I know, Porky. I thought we raised you better than this.
How could you? The volumes. The volume.
It's still gonna jump. Oops.
Alright, move on, next clip.
Wait!
Roll the next one.
But I hadn't looked at all of Ola's feedback yet. You might have to move the creature up a little bit to cheat it so that you can still see the eye. So you can still see the eye! I don't like that my eraser doesn't count as like a new frame. To like do a little brush stroke elsewhere to get my notes off the screen. I might jump a little bit less. I will leave you to fix it. I'll leave you to fix it. Okay, let me just check the rest of Ola's notes. the small finger and the palm. So I'm just going to look at the small finger. Yeah, there's a jump on the small finger just there, I think. In spacing. Oh! I see you, finger. Yeah, I think here there's just like a little bit of volume on the little finger there that feels a bit off. It maybe feels a bit like it's thinning out a bit too much here. So just from like this frame. Watch your little finger. What a little stinker.
Okay.
From this frame to...
Next clip now.
Hold on. To this frame. Between those two, just watch that finger. So that you can make sure that the spacing feels consistent and the volumes feel consistent. That's it, and then going slightly up and settling the spacing seem very similar. A bit robotic maybe. Well. I see. So then Ola is saying that this part where we rise up and then settle down is a little bit robotic. I can see what he means. There's something in this movement where maybe if you increase the eases a little bit and just favored it a little bit more from one to the other, you could make that feel a little less even. I'd say your hand starts moving down here and then stops and just your fingers start settling. I'd say that you could extend the ease of this settling down even further and have a really nice soft settle into this. Well, the hand doesn't stop moving till about here-ish. You could probably do that just by transforming your existing frames. Ola says I would just favour the main keys since there are 4 or 5. Beautiful work, Porky, and thank you, Ola, for giving us your feedback.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put a note on there so it doesn't get lost. But watch spacing on rise / settle so it doesn't feel too robotic. Or similar, I'll put similar. Doesn't feel too similar. So many things to think about. Like, animation really is the thing that we'll all be learning forever.
Yeah. You guys
Porky,
have vision well beyond what I can see.
Porky, thank you for taking part in the Anime Morning Challenge. Beautiful work. So cute. Really gorgeous. Alright, let's hop over to Dark Vault, who I think has done feet. Feet.
Feet.
Let's have a look. Oh, nice. A fight is taking place. It's nice to be able to show a fight just through the feet. That's cool. And you chose a really complex motion to do as well. I appreciate that you've used like holding frames and parts of frames to make it easy for yourself. Like, that's a nice and efficient way to be able to complete something like this quickly. I think sometimes because you've pasted things, a little bit of the subtlety is lost.
Yeah, it feels like you could have like fleshy displacement.
Yes, fleshy displacement is the best. So like places like this where you kind of have it come to rest and then you have the leg kind of snap into place. That leg could be easing into that position slowly here. and then easing in a little bit more there.
Yeah.
You know, as the weight shifts and braces above them. Likewise, you could have a really nice rotation going on if while this is moving across, you have the toes go from a pose more like this, more slide on. If you in between that across to where it settles, you're going to have like a nice feeling rotation on the foot as it settles in. So there are things like that you can do to give it life, as well as just like Mike said, flesh displacement, super fun. So for example, when the heel rises here, as well as having like the heel rise, you want to think about how that's going to put more pressure on the toes and the ball of the foot. So they'll probably like squish out a little bit.
I always remember they were showing off like new VFX stuff, and it was around the time they were making a Hulk movie, and they just like had his foot like go down onto the ground, and I remember being like, whoa.
What, because you could see all the flesh displays?
Yeah, his foot is squishy.
Squeaky.
So that memory has stuck with me. So whenever I see feet being animated now, I remember squishy feet.
Yeah. And not only are they going to squish, but there's going to be like a tenseness. Because when I think about if I'm going to be pushing up with my foot or pushing against something with my foot, my toes would like also curl in terms of like I would be tensing them.
Yeah.
So like thinking about getting that across in the shape that the toes are now tensed.
You could probably like exaggerate the knuckles of the toes a bit more.
Yeah.
Wibble, thanks for the follow. I don't know why the stream alerts are not working. Let me refresh them.
Very roughly, something like this. I have an itchy hand. There we go. I've scratched the itch. We're thinking about which parts are going to be like stuck slightly more to the floor, because the little toe's going to like almost lift off, but the rest of them are going to be stuck where they are. So looking for the subtleties. I've got caught up in the subtleties immediately without looking at the larger motion. To sell the weight. Emotion. Okay, so let's look at the larger motion because I think there's probably notes to give on that. Yeah, so I guess when you're doing something like a shot on the feet like this, the advantage that live action filmmakers have is that live action filmmakers can be like, hey, you two martial artists, do the move, do the thing, we're just going to film your feet.
Mm-hmm.
And then naturally the feet are going to be telegraphing what the movement is because the people above are doing the movement. With this, I'd say, you know, it's important to know, oh, you're in the chat, awesome. Did you know what the actual thing was that was happening above? Like, is there a martial arts video that you looked at and referenced, but just looked at the feet? Because I'm not completely clear on like the actual struggle that's happening above. Because to me, what's happening with the feet here feels kind of like this thing is on the back foot. This blue person's on the back foot, and they're pushing against this yellow person, and then the yellow person like steps back, which to me seems like the blue person is gaining back ground and kind of winning. But then the blue person steps across and falls down to one knee, like they're either starting to run away or
Maybe they're throwing them.
Ah, that would make sense. Is that what's happening?
Because that dude is being like lifted.
It's lifted, yeah. I thought they were just lifting their foot, and I was like, and they're going somewhere. They're leaving also.
Is there a camera shake just after that as well?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah,
but I
they
thought
threw
that
them.
was... The camera shake is lined up pretty much with the knee. So I thought the camera shake was this blue person's knee hitting the ground.
Yeah. It is kind of at the same time. Yeah, it looks like a throw.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's a throw. Ola says, that's so unrealistic. There are no blue people throwing them. That makes complete sense. Okay, let me have a look at it again.
What about the Blue Man Group, though? They're blue.
I have a blue house with a blue window. Blue is my colour. I think that I would know.
Oh, yeah. Gaining the upper hand and throwing them. Woot.
Yeah, I think the thing is because we have this strain here, and then this person steps back, and then there's no anticipation before the throw. Like, we don't have it going down and then them lifting the person's weight up. The person just goes at the same time as them stepping. I think that's why it wasn't reading clearly to me.
Yes.
I think when you throw someone, there's a moment where you have to like brace for that weight. You have to like coil your knees in preparation for the lift that's gonna come.
Yeah, which you would see in the ankle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think if they were gonna throw, you'd want to have a frame, or rather a key, where we squish out the foot a bit. And they're like, you get to see them like brace for that, brace for taking that weight on. I think it is the kind of motion where it'd be really good to film reference of it actually happening, and then just look at the feet, so that you get that same advantage that that live action filmmakers have, where you can actually see the way the emotion is affecting the feet at the bottom, rather than having to like pull it out of your own head. So like we want to see this is an arrow, it's just a really bad arrow. There we go. So that's to show that it's not just moving to the side, it's also kind of coming forward in space. The leg. So braces to take weight. And then you'll want to show the lift after that. I need to do that on the same. And then lift. So just like this person is going to be going over the top of them, you want to kind of see a similar motion in the leg where it's lifting over, so that it's really clear what's happening. It's kind of like an exaggeration.
Mm-hmm.
There's also something in me where the position of these feet, it feels like this foot is crossing over too horizontally to the camera, where it feels like it would be coming more towards the camera. Because it feels like this person's kind of 3/4 twisted away from us right now. And if they were to step forward, it feels like the foot would be coming more like this toward the cam, rather than them stepping like across themselves. Right now it kind of feels like they would be like, this. Sorry, I'm laughing at how bad that drawing was.
Did you just add an extra toe as a leg to the foot?
No, I just drew it really badly. I wasn't even adding toes. It feels like we have someone like this. Like they're kind of 3/4 with their foot pointing kind of 3/4 forward. And then it feels like the step is going like sideways across their body, which feels kind of odd. Let me draw that in a different colour. Like it feels like instead, good, I can undo, fantastic. The step would be coming more into the cam and forwards to end up more kind of here-ish by the end. I'm sorry, these drawings are really terrible. I think they're putting my point across very well.
That's alright, just breathe, just relax.
Sorry, I'm trying to get it done quickly. I mean, am I making sense to you, Mike? Or do you need me to explain this more?
No, I think you're making sense.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you agree, or do you feel like that's
I agree, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I feel like the foot could come more towards us in space. What kind of throw are you going for, Darkbolt? Because knowing that might help us know foot placements and the intent of the foot placement.
There we go. Yeah, because I'm assuming that this knee is coming forward in space here.
Oh, thinking over the shoulder lifting after the back toss. Over the shoulder lifting over the back toss.
I used to do that move in Judo all the time. It was a great move to get ippons with. And yeah, so it feels like here the knee is coming forward, but the foot is still going straight across, and it feels like the foot is kind of in the space where the knee would need to be at this point. Which is one of the reasons I think you want to bring it more toward cam. It's because right now that knee is coming towards camera and the foot's like going to be almost caught behind it. Does that make sense, Mike?
I think so. I'm just trying to work out the movement in my own head at the moment.
Oh, I can. Hold on. Let's do basic judo throws.
Like, it's the one where you like step into them so that you slam your back into the... Yeah.
It's going to be like one of the first ones here, because it's like the first one I ever learned at Judo. Nope.
Nope. Like you put your back into them and then you...
Nope. These aren't basic. Actually, that one is. There. These are all leg hookies.
Don't you leg hook to lever this one?
Nope. For the one which I'm thinking of, you only use the shirt, the front of the gi.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Hold on, let's see if I can find a video of it.
How to do the most powerful legal judo throw.
The most powerful legal
The most powerful legal.
What does that even mean?
It means
Like-
ones you can use in competition, but it's really good.
Yeah, but competition, like, it's not about how hard you throw them. It's about how cleanly you throw them.
Well, maybe it's just a really clean throw.
Yeah, maybe it's a really clean throw. How to train judo alone.
Okay, can you not just do...
74 judo throws in 120 seconds. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Beyond grappling. Yeah, I saw the title of the video. I think that was it. No, he's got his arm there. This poor dude.
Blue man don't get
That's
throw
more
to
like
throw
it.
no.
Whoop! We're going back in time to another world that I can't deny. Yeah, so this is one that we did. So we have the shirt and the sleeve, and you just turn around and get underneath them, and then
We can't use this as reference.
Why?
Because the blue one man is getting thrown.
Michael.
I thought the blue man was doing the throwing.
What was that throw? He just lifted him up. He just lifted him up and put him down again.
Where? What?
Hold on.
When?
That was a good one too. That would have been an ippon.
Kind of want to do some judo throws as a challenge.
Yeah. That could be kind of fun, right? So, same one again, basically. So you have the shirt, and then you go underneath them, and just whoop!
It does have the you put your butt into them aspect to
You can
it.
do it if you put your butt into it. Yeah, it's all about just getting underneath their weight. So even though you're smaller, you can still throw them. There we go. These are just the same throws over and over. These are not 74 different throws. This is just this man throwing someone 74 times using the same throws. So here I thought it was going to be 74 different throws.
I wonder if there are 74 different throws.
This poor child is getting looked around.
Seems to enjoy it.
Yeah, well, it's fine. It's fun.
It's really cool to step through his like center of motion there, because he's just like, whoa.
Yeah. And then he does a thing where he slaps the mat as he lands, which is just something you do because it's fun. And it makes a satisfying sound.
Oh, he's making it seem more impressive.
We just did it. I'm sure there was a reason for it that I've forgotten.
Isn't it to break fall?
Break falls are something you can do, but you can't really do them from this. Like,
Slapping the mat is displacing force.
there you go. The slap is a classic lucha libre move. Awesome.
Yeah. To slap the hand is to break the fall slightly.
There you
See?
go.
You just are like, I like slapping the mat, but
Oh,
they're
well,
probably trying to get you to...
That's because you said break falls, which are a specific thing in judo.
Okay, sorry. We'll break the fall then.
Yeah, break falls are where you basically do forward rolls over your shoulder.
Well, I'll break. Okay.
Pretty cool. But yeah, I miss Judo. Judo was fun. Anywho, all that is to say that looking at some reference, not quite that reference because that's a bit like he's trying to do it as fast as he can, I feel like there. Might be helpful in figuring out where the foot placement would be. I can just practice Judo throwing Doig around. That's true.
We could get some mats.
We could get some mats. Imagine if we had a Judo gym.
A Judo jamboree.
And we could throw people around, throw each other around.
How much
great.
is a crash mat? Wait. How much is a
You'd want some
Judo
flat mats too.
mat?
Anywho, yeah, I think looking at some foot placement is going to help here a little bit. And also, if you delay this camera shake for a little bit more after the knee has gone down here. Let me just finish this note, actually. Careful, foot isn't in the space where the knee should be. It's all about knowing like where the movement's coming from, what's happening above the feet, to know what the feet are bracing and moving around for. Like, you need to know where the weight is above the legs.
A B mat folding crash mat is 300 euros.
So expensive.
It is, but it
I can
isn't
understand
really
why.
for the size of it.
Delay cam shake. And it'll make it feel more like the cam shake is because the opponent is hitting the ground. And less like it's the knee hitting the ground. Hitting the ground. Yeah, I think my big note is just get some reference of the movement so you can see where the foot placements would be. I think this is a really cool, ambitious idea, though.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I
interpretation
really
of the
like
brief.
the idea of showing a fight just with the feet. That's so cool. I think maybe here as well, given how this this blue foot is resting on the floor, you've kind of set up how the grid is there through us seeing it connected to the floor. And I feel like this yellow foot doesn't quite line up in the same way. Like, it feels like it's also 3/4, but the heel is very flat. Like, I feel like it would come a little bit more like this. Toward cam. To kind of mirror what's happening with the other foot. And likewise, when it steps here, there's a feeling of flatness to the environment that doesn't match what this foot is doing, the blue foot, because it feels so kind of parallel with the bottom of the screen. Whereas again, if it was stepping close to cam, then I feel like that heel would come down more like this. Tarantino would love it. True, yeah. It's very cool. Very cool. So yeah, I'll just put watch that foot contacting floor. Matches perspective. Peps. Matches peps. Matches persp.
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 Persp. Perspective.
Buffy will pee on it. Thank you so much for doing the Animorning challenge. Awesome work, Darkbolt.
Thank you.
Thank you for sitting through me trying to fumble my way through feet and knees and how they should be, maybe in space, perhaps.
Who's up next?
Moopers. Moopers. Let's have a look. Ooh. Nice. I really like how you've got the whole forearm in there. You get some nice overlap there in the wrist and the arm, and it's nice to see the arm moving in perspective too. Let's see. There's a bit here where it feels like the hand gets much bigger, but I'm trying to figure out if that feels justified in that it's coming towards the camera. I think though, because the next frame is also meant to be towards the camera, it does maybe feel a little bit big. So I think there's just a little bit like a volume issue there on the hand.
Moopers is in the chat.
Hey Moopers! Thank you so much for submitting an Animorning. Hand feels a bit big. You could lean into it though, like rather than adjusting this frame with the hand where it feels like it's got a bit large, a bit fast, you could roll that into the next couple of frames too. So you're kind of increasing the amount of distortion that you have as it comes towards you to like emphasize the fact that it is coming towards you in space.
Can I just say that we appreciate that you come by the streams for the feedback. That's really cool of you.
It is. It's really cool that it's also really cool that even people who haven't necessarily done an Animorning still want to come and hang out.
That too, yeah.
We appreciate all of you coming and hanging out with us. Super cool of you. So you could totally lead into this and make the following frames also have larger hands so that that distortion effect is increased. Or you could leave the other frames how you have them and just adjust this one to the surrounding frames. That's the word I was looking for. Have a look. Whoop. Yeah, it feels way smaller here than it does when it gets to here. So just watch that hand size.
Why is Splinter here? It's from earlier in the stream. India went off on a tangent trying to figure out a dinosaur game, and I kept asking her if she was ready to start the Animorning.
So yeah, a few of these hand drawings, we again shift size a lot between them. So just watch out for that.
The dinosaur was indeed bringing the wife.
I think one of the things that I'm feeling when I watch this as well, and just watch for little pops like this on the forearm.
Mm-hmm.
But watch for forearm pops.
In life, not just in animation. If your forearm is popping, whoa.
Might not be a good sign. Is when the ball is thrown up into the air and the hands are waiting for it to come back down. It feels like the close and open of the hand there kind of feels a little bit unnecessary. Like, it feels like it might be nicer to have the hand go into a simpler position that you can spend a bit more time on. They kind of have to close and then quickly open again. Just in terms of, even if it's in the reference, kind of adjusting the movement to make it more readable and feel a bit more natural. So here we throw the ball up and then the fingers splay a bit, and it'd be nice to follow that splaying motion a little bit more and have the hand continue to travel up after the ball a little bit to show the momentum of it, like throwing up. But instead we have it start to come down and the fingers immediately close. So I really only get one frame of the hand going up after the ball and the hand splaying a little bit. Whereas I'd be tempted to hang around this frame a little bit longer. Like, and basically in between from that to this position. So the hand is following up and then just waiting for the ball to come back down. Because this is a really nice hand position. I don't think we need the close in between it.
Mm-hmm.
So I just take this. I'm just going to call it key 1. Key! And then take this as like key 2. And just have this be from one to the other. And spend a little bit more time up around here. Like maybe give this an extreme. Where you have it go a little bit further up and the fingers splay a little bit more. And ease into that and then ease from that out back into this. So we really feel like, you know, this hand has travelled up after the ball. So I'd probably do something like... Splay that finger a little bit more. Excuse how rough it is. I just have it go a little bit further up and then come down into this as it waits.
Cool.
Yeah. I think that would feel nice.
Is that all making sense to you, Moopers?
Yeah, let me know if anything is confusing about that. Because the interesting thing is that looking at the reference, if you have reference, this could be exactly what the person does when they throw the ball up. It feels like unnatural for an animation somehow, because you could smooth that out and make it clearer, make it simpler, make it more to the point, and increase the readability that way. Even though it might be what happens in the reference, I think you could adjust that to make a clearer read on the action overall.
Mooper says that would make sense. That would make sense. After talking about charts yesterday, I realized how much nicer things would be if I took 5 minutes to plan out keys and work from the best poses.
That is what a lot of people do, and a lot of people swear by that technique. So definitely try it out and see if it's for you. I'm a chaotic being who just plunges headfirst into their scene and then has to redo everything like 7 times to make sure it works. But the smart people tend to plan out their keys first. Something I should take some advice from as well. Lovely work, Moopers. Really cool. And now we're on to Cheshire.
Cheshire.
Hey! Catch that ball.
Ooh.
So yeah, I think like there's stuff you could do here to improve the readability of the arcs and the consistency of the hand. You want to just really like watch your spacing and your line of action. Line of action
We're not here
by
to
which
fight.
I mean
we
more
need your
like
help.
line of
Even though
motion,
literally
I
every time
guess.
we talk to you, you double-cross us, kidnap
Oh,
us,
we're
or
being
threaten to
raided.
destroy everything we love.
Maybe we are here for
Oh,
a
hello.
fight.
Hello there.
Thank you, Tim Rammers. Thank you very much for the raid. So when I say line of action, I don't so much mean the hand itself. I mean the line of motion that we're following here. So there's a lot of movement taking place in very few drawings, which kind of makes it a bit difficult to follow. I think you want to work more with eases, and I think you can reduce a bit of the movement here to make it more readable. And I will show you how once I've been to the toilet because I need the loo. Hope you guys are okay for me to go take a loo break for a sec. Might also grab a cup of tea. If you want to check out how Tim's doing, Mike.
Yeah,
If
I
you
will do.
wouldn't mind me like
No worries.
taking 2 minutes to just go and grab some stuff. Do you want me to grab you a drink?
Yes, please. Here
Okay.
you go. Hey, thanks, Tim. How are you doing? If this is your first time coming over from Tim's stream, we're Doig. That was Swift. She's swiftly off. Grab a drink, but not from the loo. Yeah, we're predominantly animators, although Indy's the animator, sorry, storyboarder, director type. I'm the background artist, colorist, biz dev, 3D modeler, game dev. I do a bunch. I can't focus. I have like ADHD art career, whatever. How y'all doing? Welcome. I see you brought over a Max and a Clyde. Oh, that's cool. How are y'all doing? If you've not been here for like the Animorning Challenge stuff before, I'll describe that. It's a sort of weekly to bi-weekly challenge where we just figure out something that could be cool and creative to do. This week's one was to pick a gesture or an articulation for either a hand or a foot, or both, and kind of really focus on like a convincing rotations of forms and stuff. Like people tend to avoid animating hands or drawing hands, so this was something to really focus on that. So we got like 11 or 12 submissions this week. So this is the second day of it, and yeah, it's just generally talking about it, doing some drawovers, that sort of stuff. The week before this, we did color studies from film, and the week before that was... What was the week before that? But what we tend to do is... I just bring this up on my own screen and switch over to my screen for a second. You can see here last year we did a whole bunch of them, so the one before that I think was last year, which is the road trip runner. I realized that having my 4K screen kind of makes this really shitty and difficult to see, but let me zoom in. There we go. So each week we take like submissions and do drawovers. So we have Road Trip Runner, which was like taking footage of a train and animating characters over it. So we've got stuff like Kimmy's cute dinosaur. Apologies if this is a little skittery to play. And you've got India's derpy dinosaur over the top, which I think folks enjoyed. There is no internet connection. Alright. Oh, there is no internet connection because it's like the 404 dinosaur. But yeah, if you are interested in taking part in stuff in this, we usually post the briefs out onto Twitter. Do 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 do. Just trying to get back to. Yeah, you are. There's the chat. Maybe you could show some of the animations that have been reviewed. Yeah, sure. I can do. I think technically I could go to the one that India's looking at. Control her screen. Or India can show you because she's back. Hello. I was just telling them about more of challenges and stuff.
Hello. Buffy's being extremely cute upstairs. She's all snuggled up and she's like giving me sleepy eyes. Thank you guys for giving me a bit of time to go and grab a cup of tea. I got myself some Earl Grey. Hey, yay, 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 yay. I'm gonna have a good time drinking it. Hey, yay, 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 yay.
Hey, yay, 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 yay.
Hey, yay, 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 yay. I'm drinking here. Is it hot? It is. Earl Grey, hot. It is. It's not hot enough for me not to fish in there with my fingers and take the tea bag out though. Like the troll I am. All right. Let's see. Here I am. I'm back. I'm looking at Cheshire's.
Do you want to show some of the others to the new people that came in?
Oh, some of the other animations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Sure thing, sweet toots. I'll do that right now. Here you are. So this is 3D ROTTMNT. Doing some sleight of hand. And here we have some studies from Martine. And then Martine doing the gesture. We have Evelyn Art Studio doing this nice subtle gesture. Evelyn, if you're in chat, Evelyn, what was it that you were twisting between your fingers? Because it reminds me a lot of this D&D dice I have that everybody hates, who I play D&D with.
I'm gonna guess an eraser.
That would make sense. I have a bunch of D&D dice which are like, they're almost crystalline shapes. And they're extremely cool, but all the people I play with hate them because my D20 is basically a cylinder and it just rolls forever.
I hate that dice. I hate that dice so much.
I see, everybody hates that dice. We have this beauteous animation from Astral Library. We have Habbo bringing the heat with a Hades animation. Those dice are cursed. They're great. I love them. I got given them as a Secret Santa gift when I worked at Boulder. We have Honey Blossom making friends with a horse. And then this morning we've looked at Porky's. Tiny cat sprite. So cute. What?
Aww.
And we looked at Dark Vault. Only one brave enough to do feet. A fight scene shot entirely with the feet. Super cool. And then the last one we looked at was Moopers doing this ball throw. Super cool. Ghost can play catch too.
Ghost can play catch too.
And now we're on to the Cheshire.
So what advice do you have for Cheshire?
Okay, so I think the spacing is a bit large for the drawings you have. It feels like we need more frames in between to really track the motion properly, I think, is the issue I'm having here. So, if I was you, like, I'd probably make this frame the end of my anticipation and ease into it, you know? So that we don't have going completely off the screen because we're spending a lot of frames with the hand completely off the screen. We've got 1, 2, 3. And you could be spending those 3 frames to like really ease into this. So I'd say that would make it a bit more readable. I'd say. So, maybe switch it up to be like this instead, where you're like easing into this key. This is me indicating an animation chart. Ease in. And then make this the apex of your anticipation. Smoking. I got the mask in my head.
Yeah, would you have any like overshoot as well, or?
Is she? Yeah. Like, why not? Why not? With the animation principles, though. Like, whenever everyone's like, do you want to add a bit of overshoot? Do you want to add some, like, overlap? Do you want to add some easing? You know, why not? Why not?
How about some appeal?
Yeah. How about staging?
Solid drawing?
Why not? Yeah. Yeah, put them all in there. All of the principles. So it should make this apex of your anticipation, so we don't have this part where we go off. And then you can chuck that ball up. Chuck it. Chuck it upwards. Here. And I think there's a bit of like arc and spacing issues here. So we have, you throw the ball up and these 2 frames are very close together, so the spacing is very close. But then the spacing between these 2 frames is quite big. And then the spacing between these, again, is very close. And then the spacing here is very big. So there's not a very consistent, like, arc going on. It's the same as I was saying yesterday to someone else. Where you kind of want, you know, something that feels like you're deliberately going for something consistent, like, say, this. Like, we can kind of tell what's happening there. Like, we're doing an ease with big spacing to small spacing.
Mm-hmm.
Big sp to small sp to smsp. Whereas if you keep having small spacing and then big spacing, you end up with something more like this, where it's like you can't really tell what you're going for.
There's no feeling of acceleration.
Yeah, like these 2 are very close together, but then the next 2 are very far apart, but then the next 2 are very close together, but the next 2 are very far apart. So you want to just keep in mind as you are planning out your spacing. Or drawing it if you don't plan, like me, if you're a bonkers person. So if you want to end up here, then you have like really large spacing here. I'd keep that going, so that we start easing into the next frame. So you see the spacing here is larger between the 2, but then smaller when we get to here. And then it's even smaller here, so we're like easing in to this. And then when it comes to catching it, again, think about easing out, because suddenly jumping to this frame, that's an awful big jump. So I think just give us a drawing on the way there, or change this drawing so that, you know, we're still coming out of the previous drawing, essentially. And then opening the hand up to receive ball. To be a hand that receive ball. And then before the grab, I'd have it land in the palm. Like, just like you're spacing out your animation, you're spacing out the action too. So it's clearer to see what's happening if you see the ball hit the palm and then the fist close, than it is to see the ball in the air, then the fist closed and the ball in it.
Because the catch feels more instantaneous. Is that what you're saying?
The catch would feel more instantaneous if you just had the ball immediately in the hand with it closed around it, but I think the action itself is clearer if you show the stages a little bit more. I need to adjust this hand drawing because I did it wrong. I want that thumb to feel like it opens up. There we go. And like the hand's opening up to receive ball. Hand is ready to receive ball.
I think you could have a little bit of like the fingers anticipating that it's about to land, but not have it fully grasped.
You could. I mean, to me, I'd anticipate it by having it open more and go the opposite way.
Oh, okay. Open more.
So that there's a... Because I'm planning out where I want that change to happen, you see. So...
Yeah.
Like... If I then have ball going up, because I've grabbed it, we even get a little bit of bounce in that. Because we have like the ball going past the point which is going to settle in.
Max says, spread the fingers for ultimate ball catching surface.
Exactly. Maximize your ball catching with these ball catching hacks.
Max ball catch hacks.
Yeah. Never lose to your dad at catch again with these ball catch hacks. Make him sorry you were born. Usurp the power. Change the power dynamic with these ball catch hacks.
That's so threat. Make your father sorry you were born with these ball catch hacks by India Swift.
I'm just keeping an eye on where this forearm's going, because I want it to kind of make sense with where I'm implying that the elbow is.
Oh my gosh, make your dad regret leaving.
Oh, that's so sad. No. Has anyone done like a father-son ball catch simulator yet? You know how there's like goat simulator, truck simulator, garden simulator, boat simulator. Has anyone done like father-son catch simulator?
And you have a single player and it's just a wall with like dad spray painted on it.
I think that would be amazing if you did a dad ball catch simulator. I'd love that. Let's see. I'm afraid these drawings aren't great, but you'll just have to take the spirit of what I've said. Because looking at emotion, I'm not sure it's working super well what I'm drawing here. But take the spirit and make it good.
Yuji Naka made Let's Catch.
Let's Catch. Oh yeah, of course. Also, please be mindful of those arcs. Like, really make sure that your hand is traveling in a nice arc when it does. When it do be traveling, make sure that's along a nice arc. And then likewise here, I think there's just like a bit too much motion for the number of drawings that you have. So you have it go up here. The catch happens. And then we go up. And then it starts to come down. Then we go all the way down there. And then we keep going down. Then we come up again. And I think if you want it to go to catch and then go up and down, like the reason for your hand to come up after you've caught the ball is to offset it being pushed down by the weight of the ball. So if you have it catch the ball, but the ball not shift the hand at all when the hand's catching it, if you have the hand stay in the same place when the ball is caught, it doesn't feel like there's a need for the hand then to ping upwards because it's not offsetting the downward motion of it catching the ball. It's not compensating for that. And the more it's going to ping upwards, the heavier the ball probably would have been, essentially. So you might want to have the ball catch actually happen more like somewhere down here if you want to overshoot it that much, potentially.
Can I just read you out the Wikipedia, the reception part of the Wikipedia article for Let's Catch?
Okay, let's do it.
Reception. Although Nintendo Life praised the presentation and controls, they otherwise felt that as a whole the game was shallow and repetitive. IGN called the story mode of the game heartwarming and unique, but also noted the repetitive nature of the game. WeLoveIt.com thought much of the game, but the hefty price tag really got in the way of being able to recommend it strongly.
How much was it?
I don't know.
Probably like $2.
But like,
then.
It's a game about catch. It's too repetitive. All I do is catch the ball. However, noting now that the gameplay features several game modes, a story with single player with 9 dramatic sequences set in a par. There's Speed Catch, a single player where players catch balls thrown at them with increasing velocity, reaching speeds of over 240 kilometers per hour. A 9 trial.
Like, that's a feature. My dad can throw the ball faster than the speed of sound. It'll take your hands off.
India, the speed of sound is 330 miles per hour. And I have no idea what that is in kilometers per hour.
It was hyperbole, Mike. I was exaggerating.
I don't know how 333 miles per hour.
I think you're getting hung up on the wrong part of this.
2 kilometers per hour. I want to know. Like half the speed of sound. Let's return. 9 trial, up to 4 players. Each player is given a board with 9 panels. The race is to see who can throw balls through all the panels the fastest. Bomber catch, up to 4 players. Players throw a bomb around and the player holding the bomb when it explodes loses 1 heart. High score, 1 to 2 players. Players continue throwing balls in order to get the highest score. A bonus is given for throwing and catching without dropping the ball. And free play, 1 to 2 players. A practice mode where players simply throw the ball around.
And what's this for?
The Wii.
The Wii. Wow, it was actually more recent than I thought it was. Maybe we can get our hands on that, Mike.
Wait, India.
What?
How recent do you think that is?
Like 2009?
It's a pretty good guess, yeah.
When was it?
Released in North America in 2009.
Hey, I'm the catching genius, that's why.
Okay.
I say as I fail to give good feedback on this. Let's see. So yeah, I think you could overshoot and that would justify the hand pinging back upwards. In general, I think you want to really make sure that you keep an eye on those arcs. Because there are parts where it feels like you're kind of setting up for arcs. Like here, you have this nice movement coming down over these 2 frames. So it feels like you should be doing this kind of thing. But then the next frame kind of breaks it. So just really make sure that you're keeping everything on a really pleasing path of motion. One which is very clear, where the hand isn't jittering around too much. And I think more frames will help you too. And don't be scared to like you have here, copy paste frames. If you want to just try out a motion path, you can always do it with copy pasted frames and then adjust the drawings later, you know. I really like these poses at the end here, with the hand being like, I got it. Nice.
There's a new announcement for the animated Sonic series coming 2022 on Netflix.
Again, just watch out for the spacing here. Sorry, 1 sec, I'll be with you in just a sec. So we ping up to here, and then the hand opens. But the it feels like the forearm here really kind of stays in the same place. So I'd say you could bring this thing down a little bit to give it a little bit more of an ease. Just so we're going up into that a bit more. So there's a new Sonic the Hedgehog announcement, eh?
Did they show anything, or was it just announced?
Was it just text? I'm interested. I know some people, I think, who are going to be working on it. And I'm trying to find out from them what the series is going to be like.
Sonic Prime.
Sonic Prime. Interesting title. Sonictimus Prime.
Sonictimus Prime.
Prime. Why Prime? Is it because every single other subtitle that is actually relevant to Sonic is taken now? Sonic Chaos, Sonic Boom.
Sonic Prime.
Even Sonic Extreme.
Wait. Sonic the movie.
I wonder why Prime. I'd be interested.
I'm just trying to look at what Sonic the movie logo looks like.
So Sonic Prime, do you jump to Transformers or Warframe first? I jumped to Transformers. Sonic, but he works for Amazon. Well, you know, at least things will be delivered super fast.
You know, the Sonic part of it looks like the Sonic game logo.
The Sonic part of it looks like, what do you mean?
The Sonic part of the logo looks like the game.
Well, yeah. I mean,
format of it.
Presumably it's based upon the video game Sonic the Hedgehog.
No, but what I mean is, it's interesting that to me that it looks like the way that they'd put it on the box.
Oh, Palbro, you're so sweet. Thank you. Yeah, I'm very interested as to what the tone of this is going to be. Is this going to be like an action adventure? Is this going to be more focused on comedy, like Sonic Boom was?
This one is Sonic's going to turn into a car, right?
Baby. Doesn't need to. I'd get so annoyed. Even though it's a joke, I'm still getting annoyed at the thought of it. Calm down, India. It's fine. People can do what they want. Let the people have fun.
Tails becomes the tornado. Yeah.
What is Sonic really, but essentially a car? We're just cutting to the heart of the series. The Sonic logo has been consistent over the years. It's very good. I like it. I have a poster from the IDW comics behind me. And yeah, it's a great logo. That little tilty-o.
Yeah.
Tilty-os. Sonic's new breakfast cereal.
Tilty-o. Sonic Prime.
Yeah, so I'll put a few little notes at the top here. Watch arcs. Watch spacing. Be careful. Oh my gosh, I can't write.
Blaze is just one of those massive, like, building site trucks.
You know what? I'm actually getting kind of into this idea now. I'm getting into the idea now. Helicopter Tails is a helicopter, it's great. Knuckles is a bulldozer, it's great. Dark Bolt, you're selling me on it. Careful, not to move too much in too few drawings. Just to keep it readable.
It's a storyline where Robotnik succeeds in turning the gang into robots, but they...
Oh my gosh, he roboticizes them into cars. You know, I saw the other day there was an alternative opening for Sonic Sat AM that's been boarded.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but like it's bordered and it's cool, but it's not as cool as the opening they went with. The opening they went with is way more to the point.
What did they do?
What did they do?
What did they do?
It's just like it's basically the Sonic opening as it is, except with way more faff around it.
Oh. Too many fa.
Yeah, Fozzo 09, I remember that. The Watchmen cartoon that Happy Harry did.
Happy Harry is Harry Partridge?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Something forever, they're the best of friends. When trouble's about, you'd best watch out for the Watchmen.
Sonic.
He can really move. Sonic, he's got an attitude. Sonic is the fastest thing alive.
The fastest thing alive.
So thank you very much, Cheshire. And I'm sorry that so much of your critique was me getting tea. Like reading out the catch game from the Wii and us singing old 90s cartoon openings. But awesome work. Let's see. What is this? McBloop! Thank you, McBloop, for submitting to the Animorning Challenge. I like your name. Let's have a look. Woo! Woo! I love that that little swoopy ease at the end here, and the perspective. Super fun, super nice. A Broken Lion style is really nice too. What is the show it reminds me of?
Shin-chan.
It's not Shin-chan.
Oh.
I don't remember what it is, but I like it a lot anyway. They had a little bouncy bird as well. It's great. Oh, it's gonna be hard to give feedback on this one. This is lovely.
You don't necessarily have to. You can just talk about the good points.
It's fine. Next. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
Of course
do
I'm
it.
kidding.
That's
no!
cool.
I would never. This is lovely. Nice reuse as well. Like, you're using some really nice tricks here to get away with doing it quickly. You've even got a little bit of blur here. It might not have been intentional because you might have just been copying and pasting these fingers over and over, but it actually makes it look like there's a camera blur because it's come super close to cam, which is very cool. So, let's see, lovely arcs of motion. In fact, Cheshire, this is a great one to look at. You know, I was talking about arcs. This is a great one to look at. I love this twist on the hands, like really beautiful posing here on the right hand.
And they're not symmetrical, neither are their paths.
Yep.
Which makes it more satisfying.
Yep. Lovely twist. They're coming around. There's a slight offset to their movement. So this one reaches forward first. And then this is just like really fun posing here. I really love how much you're exaggerating the distortion here on the perspective. Lovely stuff. Like, especially that top hand there. That's really nice. It's almost a shame that we lose a little bit of that with this next pose. And then nice smear frame going on. Squash and stretch happening. And then we have another squash and stretch, and the bird appears.
The bird.
The bird appears. A nice spacing here on the bird, nice squash and stretch. Really like snappy, fun animation. Like your spacing is really fun.
Yeah.
I guess you could add some easing here or something, just because it does feel like we very suddenly get around to this very small spacing here on the hand at the bottom after it's just had very large spacing to get there. I love that smear up there where we have 4 fingers instead of 2. Lovely. Lovely, 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 lovely. Nice little drag as well on the fingers. Lovely. Let me play it through again and see if there's anything nice there. Yeah, the bit I called out as like having potentially spacing issues think it's like, it works fine in motion. You could ease that in a little bit more to its position. So you could have that happen with the large spacing as you have it. But then ease this in a little bit more by having this bottom hand just start a little bit more on this frame to the right. So you're easing it in just a little bit more.
That's pretty funny. Pablo was like, Moopers, or Moop and McBloop should form a gang. And Moopers is like, how do you know we aren't already a gang?
They're uniting. You see a little arc there. Just to ease into that. I think here, like, this is because you reused, which is totally fair. But just looking at how that wrist feels like it would naturally go. I think that it would be a little bit more movement there. I'm having to nitpick. You forced me to nitpick. Because there's really nothing big that I can say about this. I think it's wonderful. Just a little bit more like wrist rotation there, I think. To then get to this position. There's something in the position of the fingers here, the way they come out, that catches my eye in a way that feels kind of awkward. I'm not sure exactly what it is.
Is it that there's a bigger space and then a smaller space?
I'm not sure. I think it's the actual position itself. Something in me that feels like it should be kind of more... feel a little bit more at rest and natural, like this. Like that middle finger kind of jutting out. There's something that feels kind of unnatural about that movement.
Maybe it's that the ring finger feels longer than the middle finger.
I don't think it's anything like that. I think it's to do with the position of the hand more than it is the length of the fingers. There's just something about it. And I wish I could work out a bit better what it was so I could give you some more helpful feedback on it. Maybe it is that it just pings out suddenly. I don't know, you might want to try playing with that position a little bit just to make it feel more natural. What is it? What is it? It's bothering me so much and I don't know what it is. It's a kind of problem where I would see it in my own work and be like, can't figure out what's wrong with this, but something feels up with it, and just doodle a bunch of different versions to just figure out like what feels good. This reminds me of Sonic. It do though.
Well, if there was one phrase that you could probably have like a counter on, that is the most used phrase for all of our time of streaming, it would probably be, this reminds me of Sonic.
I'm just going to put something about this finger pose feels awkward. I wish I could clarify it for you better. It might just be a matter of taste. Like, this might be absolutely fine for you and everyone else.
Foss says the pinky only has 2 knuckles. Are all of the joints in your finger a knuckle?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm fine.
I don't think it's a number of knuckles, because that's something that people simplify a lot of the time, just to make hands easier to draw. Hey, Kimmy. We are still here.
We
Look at this
started.
beautiful animation. So fun.
You just showed your boyfriend the crazy dinosaur game.
Yes, right? Right? It's cool. I'm into it. Also, the hands feel like they get a little bit smaller towards the end, but I don't care about that. Because they could just be going away from the camera. I really think this is beautiful. Like, beautiful spacing. Like, I can't really give you many notes on this. I just think it's really fun. It's really fun to watch. I put here lovely spacing. This is my favourite part. The hand posing and the spacing here. Just really fun and satisfying. What's a dino game? Little Puffling. I think it's called Chief Almighty. And you can look it up. And have fun with it. Yeah. Really nice. Like, if you want to know not how to mirror poses, this is also a great animation to look at, just because a lot of these feel like they get the impression of things being almost symmetrical, but the posing is just slightly different and the way that they use arcs is slightly different. So, awesome work, Big Bloop. Thank you so much for taking part. So cool to see. Let's see, Fuss9 says, having two knuckles means that the line arc of the fingertips isn't parallel to the one by the base of the finger. I'm not 100% sure what you mean. It might just be because, like, trying to wrap my brain around that phrase is kind of difficult. I mean, because all your fingers are different lengths, they're never going to be parallel to the base of your knuckles anyway. You're always going to have, like, an arc shape going on. Is it a reskin of the Mafia game? I might have to look up the Mafia game.
Was there dinosaurs in the Mafia game
Yeah,
too?
tell me there were dinosaurs in the Mafia game.
Oh, dinosaur gangsters. That ever been done before? Probably.
Probably. Anne-Marie Appleberry. What a nice name. Let's have a look at what you got.
Oh, so this is anime.
Is this anime?
Yeah.
Anime! Cool! Welcome! Thank you for doing the Dana Morning Challenge. I'm seeing some soul in here. You got soul! I watched this film with Mike. What a cool character design. I really like his character design. So were you referencing here, were you referencing this scene from Soul and kind of used this to try and reanimate it? Oh my gosh, I forgot about that sitcom Dinosaurs. That was terrifying with the puppets.
Yeah. Not
So-
the mama. Sorry.
It's okay, Mike. Don't worry about it. When you use reference, something which is always really helpful is to, if you are able to, include the reference on the submission. Like, pop it in the corner or something. Just because then it's really easy for me to compare it and be like, okay, so this is in the reference and it's not in your animation. But as it is, I can give feedback on this. It just might not match up with what the reference does. It's got a really nice sense of weight to this hand that I like. You could drag that wrist a little bit more when it starts to go down, because you have this really nice drag here on the wrist over these two frames where the wrist joint goes up but the knuckles kind of drag down. And you could have the same thing happen when the wrist starts to go down here. So the wrist leads. I'm going to choose a different colour since you're using red to make it a little bit easier to see what I'm doing. Porp. You have those knuckles stay up so that you have that drag coming down as well. Drag. Or you still have this thumb extending downwards more. So like the thumb's reaching. As the
I found the reference if you want.
Oh, you
to see
did?
it. Yeah.
It's going to be hard if I can't see it side by side,
Fair.
like frame by frame.
Fair.
Because otherwise I'm going to have to find the exact bit and skip through frame by frame on another monitor as I'm looking at this.
Yeah.
Yeah, super nice. Always remember like the angle of that wrist too, because it'll help you know where the hand starts. Just to like clarify where the knuckles are and make the hand pose a little bit more descriptive. Like we're losing a finger here, aren't we? So this, the back of this hand here wouldn't go straight into this finger because there's another finger behind it. So you would probably see that go down. So that you get the impression that the finger is behind the other finger and it hasn't just like been lopped off in that moment. You'd see the knuckle and such. Again, lovely drag here, like really nice overlap. I'd say look for those opportunities to use that wrist when it goes up as well as when it comes down. And then just watch the paths of motion of your fingers, the arcs of your fingers, you know. Like here, this one curling under. I think you probably want to bring it down a bit more like this, so we're not breaking the anatomy too much. And these, like, you might want to drag them a little bit more, because you're pushing up these knuckles here, these mid finger knuckles, but it's actually kind of difficult to do that shape, to make your fingers concave like this, unless they're pressing against something. And at the minute they're not pressing against something, they're just in the air. So it doesn't feel like you'd have this kind of shape unless they were meeting resistance here. So since they're not, it feels odd that in midair they are making that shape. So just be wary of your like finger anatomy, because you'll want to use those shapes when they are pressing the keys to show the change of shape and to show the force. If you use it in the air, then you're losing your ability to contrast that later. It's like you have to be careful when to use different types of line because of what they can show. So does the character really push the note this close to the edge with their finger? Or is it that they're using their knuckle to push it down?
In the reference, let me look. Oh, sorry, I closed the reference.
How could you close the reference? I am not a piano player.
Sorry.
So
I'm going to try and find it again. I'm sorry.
Oh. Well, maybe you can just tell me then, Mike. Is it something that you can or would do to like push down the key
with
this
my
close to
knuckle?
the end?
Or
would you like use your knuckle, or would you have the pad of your finger do it but further in? Or
I would tend to use the pads of my fingers for comfortably playing.
and would you be that close to the edge?
Not usually, no.
But you would be sometimes.
I tend to find if I play that close, that my finger like presses it down and then slips off and snaps off.
Yeah, but when it first presses down, it's not on the edge. Because this is the first contact with the key.
No, not usually, no.
Not usually?
My answer is no.
Okay. I'm just checking that I'm not, like, going to be giving them bad advice. Unlike Judo, where I can be like, oh, I know these throws. This is the kind of way they work.
But I'm not a trained piano player at all. So
You're not, but you do
pinch
play
of
the
salt.
piano, so you have more experience than I do. Well, maybe someone in chat can tell me as well. The piano counts as a grid technically. It is kind of like a grid, yeah. Like, I feel like it would be more like this. That feels more natural to me. Unless it's actually this finger pushing down the key. And it's like hidden behind this. Maybe? I'm not
Yeah.
100% sure.
Maybe that, yeah.
That might be it, you know? Let me readjust with that in mind. I think that makes a bit more sense with the posing that you have. I think I was just confused by the fact that I only saw the key pressing down on this frame. But I think probably it's meant to be pressed down on this frame as well. Oops. I say putting it on
It feels a little awkward because it feels like the ring finger is on the note to the right of the pinky finger, and like
yeah, which would be really hard.
I can't do that with my pinky.
That's why I think it's pressing down this key. I think this is what's meant to be happening. Is that this key is getting pressed down by that finger,
Right, okay.
and the little finger is just kind of getting out of the way. Like that, in which case I'd clarify that position of the little finger to make sure it's really clear that it's not the one pushing the note.
It's really hard to do that comfortably for me.
Whoops.
Like try pressing your hand down and pulling your little finger back. That's hard. You can't curl it.
Yeah, it is true. It is true. I had my pen in my mouth, sorry. It is hard to curl. It would probably be more like that, right? Just extend it out.
Yeah.
Things you don't know until you try to do them. But that would make it very clear that it's the other finger pressing it,
Mm-hmm.
which would be good. So I'll put make clear which finger. Da ba da ba 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 da ba da. Ba 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 ba. Da 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 da.
I always forget to rerun SMG music display.
Clarify posing. La da 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 da. And then the wrist starts to lift up again. Be careful about how much meat you're giving the forearm as well. Make sure that over time it's not thinning out, because I think it might be. When I look at the first frame and the last frame, it feels like the wrist has got a lot thinner. So just make sure that doesn't thin out too much over time. I really like the motion of the thumb here. It's super subtle and nice. So I see here that this key is being pressed down, which must be being pressed down by this finger, I'm assuming. So make sure that that finger feels like it's pushing it down there. And make sure that you don't accidentally lift this finger off the key in the next drawing when the key is still pressed down. Like you want, while the rest of the hand is going up, you want that finger to stay down because it's pressing on the key until it stops pressing on the key. And then you can lift it off. Yeah, that's my feedback. Just be wary of where the fingers are, and make sure that you clarify the posing to make it clear. And I love the way that you're using that wrist in overlap. Keep doing that because it's really fun.
Cool.
Like main thing is just make sure you try and keep those volumes consistent as well. Like, it's very sketchy at the minute. Don't be afraid to like literally make yourself a cylinder that you paste over frames and just adjust slightly. You know? Whatever makes it easiest for you.
Can we all have a round of applause for India today?
Oh, what? No, I don't deserve that.
Give her the clap.
Everybody deserves the claps for doing the challenge. Nice job, guys.
And a clap for everyone who submitted something for the challenge.
Clap. So cool to see all these guys. We didn't miss anyone, did we?
There were a couple of people who submitted stuff into the room that didn't want it reviewed.
Excuse me?
So
they didn't want it reviewed?
Nope.
You guys didn't want me to look at it? How come? Do you not like me? You got a problem with my reviews?
No, it wasn't.
You guys got a problem with me?
I think it was more like they were like, "Oh, it's too rough to be reviewed," and I was like, "Okay."
Too rough to be reviewed. Oh, thanks for making that decision for me. No, I'm joking, guys. It's fine. It's fine, honestly. But I would like to see them afterwards just to be like, cool. I want to see what everyone did. I understand not wanting to have your work like publicly critiqued.
It was Tib and Palbro though.
Tib and Palbro. I know who you are now.
Public Enemies #1.
Yeah, I'm gonna come after you. I'm joking. But I do need to give you guys the next challenge. So, I thought, okay, I thought this would be a good opportunity to hop onto February.
Oh.
You know?
Oh.
Like, there is a thing running for this month called February, where people are encouraged to storyboard and post it with the hashtag February.
So the Animate challenge is just to take part in February. Thank you. Yeah. Good night.
Wait, no, just for this week. Like, because I know that not everyone wants to take part in the full month challenge. I just thought it might get more eyeballs on people's work.
Okay.
If they're posting on February too, which would be nice. And also, we haven't done a boarding challenge in a while. So this would be a 1 week challenge. I would say try to do a small sequence in a week. Probably no more than 10 seconds or something. 10-15 seconds. You don't need to spend more than 3 hours on it. The boards don't need to be anything other than rough.
Can you explain what February is?
Yeah, so February is a challenge that I think a board artist came up with, which is very much like Inktober. So, for a month, you're encouraged to work on and share boards under the hashtag February in the hope that it will bring more people's work to light and also give people a lot of practice. There are several different ways you can take part. The person who has made this has daily prompts in case you want to do a couple of panels a day based on a prompt every day.
Okay.
They also have that you can also do something over the whole month, like a longer sequence, or you can do something every week, Or you can just post progress on boards that you're doing. There are lots of ways to take part.
So how are you gonna?
So I would just like people to do a short sequence in a week based upon one of the themes
Okay.
that we'll review next week.
Does it necessarily have to be one of the themes that would happen during this week?
I think it would be fun to do that.
Okay.
And then people can tell us which theme they chose.
Mm-hmm.
So let me try see if I can clarify this. So we're taking part, but not necessarily in the way that that it's listed on the February post.
Kurzik's got something there. You got it. Kurzik has posted in the OG tweet.
Oh, perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. I'll just look at that. Bop, 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 bop. There we go. So there's lots of different ways to participate. The way that I'd like to do for the Anime Morning Challenge is take one of these first 7, which is the first week, and do a short sequence this week based on that. Doesn't need to be any longer than 10 or 15 seconds. You don't need to spend more than 3 hours on it. It's fine for the boards to be rough.
Mm-hmm.
And have fun with it. Like, this is a chance for us to take part in, like, to cross over and take part with another event happening at the same time. And hope that it'll mean that you guys get more eyeballs on your work.
Cool. So
And also can just have fun. Sorry, Mike, go ahead. No, go on.
So the themes this week that you could choose from look like they're chance meeting, summer memory, road trip, betrayal, let's cook, breakup, and board study.
Yeah. You can choose any of those first 7. You've never boarded, where do you start? So if you've never boarded before, a good way to start is to just thumb out what's in your head first. Because thumbs are very, very fast to do and they're very, very easy to change. So just thumb, keeping in mind the flow of what you're going for, the story that you're trying to tell. Trying to be creative and make things very easy to read and clear. I'd recommend using the software Storyboard Pro. Is great software and you can probably get a free trial if you've never used it before. If not, then you can always just do it in a drawing program like Photoshop or Clip Studio. You know, it doesn't have to necessarily be an animatic. It can just be several images put together. It's a little bit easier to critique if it's timed out, but it doesn't have to be. Show them thumb samples. Let me think. Do I have any thumb samples I can show you guys of like boards?
You got at least 2.
I've got at least 2. Oh, Mike's giving me thumbs up. It's a very good joke. Mike, do I have any boards that I can show?
You have, yeah. Did you do any boards for the Glim trailer? Did you do any boards for... I mean, there's the Starlight Brigade boards, but I don't know if you got thumbs on there. You've got Patreon posts about storyboarding.
I do. Let me have a look at boarding Starlight Brigade. Sporting. Okay, let's have a look. Because I'll have some thumbs on here, hopefully. So these were my thumbs. Here you go. I wish I could rotate this for you. But these are like how rough my thumbs were for it. I have a storyboard book, but I hardly ever managed to actually fit anything inside the pre-made composition. So yeah, these were like the rough thumb ideas that I had for it. Like, I knew I wanted this to feel this way, and it's one of the ways I could do it. So I would do a bunch of thumbs. These are some of the thumbs that Elle did for when Ninja Brian is in the cockpit inside the void. I think we chose to use this one because it's the most intense, which I love. These are my actual boards. So you can see they're very simple, very sketchy. These are the finished boards, which is why they're a little bit cleaner. Back before I used grids, guys. Luckily, this entire thing was set in space, so I got away with a lot because of that. But these are kind of what I'm thinking for the boards. You know, they're pretty simple.
People are calling you out for not using a grid.
Yeah, you should. You should call me out for not using a grid. What was I thinking? This was before this was the first board I've ever properly done, the Starlight Brigade one, so I had no clue what I was doing or how to do it. But they worked. These are some of the openings that we didn't use.
Here's a link to this article, by the way.
So you can see here that Young Strive here is just a drawing that I zoom out of. So the drawings don't have to be like perfect. I like all the artifacting we're having on this one.
Ooh. It's probably too long that you had to like condense it.
So many different openings, guys. I had so many different openings that we could have had. That one was cool. It went to the beat, like dubstep. So yeah, something nice and simple. These are essentially just a sequence of drawings that tell a story. That's all storyboards are. If you are intimidated by starting, best thing to do is just to dive in with some thumbnails. Don't worry too much about making them too neat or anything. Just figure out what you want to say. Choose something nice and simple. Something that you can tell in just a few panels, you know?
India also has this another article on Patreon about learning to storyboard. This was written this was written while you were boarding.
Oh yeah?
Starlight Brigade. Yeah.
Which post is this?
Learning storyboarding 1.
There was never a number 2. How do I find this?
Oh, I've got it. I'm gonna link it into the chat.
Okay, cool. Yeah, fail fast, fail often. Don't worry. There's not a super wrong way to do it. Just have fun. Like, really don't worry about it. This is all about learning and having fun. You don't need to worry about doing it wrong.
Glim!
Oh yeah, look! Glim! Have some glim thumbs.
Is this learning storyboarding?
Is this learning storyboarding? What do
Yeah,
you mean?
is this learning? Is this the article that I just posted?
Yes,
Cool.
this is.
None of the
You
images
see,
loaded for me, so yeah.
Here are my thumbs for the Game Grumps variations that I did. You can see some parts here that never got used and some parts which did. I think these two on the right hand side were things that got used in the animation, whereas these two on the left weren't. But they're just really fast sketches, like, of how you could lay out the scene.
Horse.
Horse. Horse is looking at sun.
My son. Why are you so high in the sky? Proud horse. Ooh,
Oh, look, here you are. These are the thumbs from inside my thumb book, I think.
my
So they're
son.
very simple, fast sketches. But then they turn into, like, the rough boards and animation. How do I start storyboarding? Hey, look, answered the question. Don't be scared and have fun. Grab a pencil and paper and start getting those ideas down. There's not really any one thing that can prepare you to board if you haven't done it before. Just getting started is the best way to improve.
That part where you're saying focus on one idea per shot. I feel like that by like studying the rise of the TMNT boards, you learned that you can have more than one idea per shot, but
yeah.
you have to be like
You have to space them out so they each get...
Yeah, they don't all happen at the same time, but the staging for the shot can introduce ideas, set ideas off, and set up for the next one as well.
Yeah, super cool. Like, so long as you pace it out well, you can draw your audience's eye to different parts of the screen and deliver several different ideas in one composition.
Like India does it here at the beginning of the Game Grumps one, where she's got like foreground, you see that Aaron is playing a game. You do the sort of fade and you see that Danny is laughing at Aaron playing the game, and then she also sets up the movement for the next shot where you pan up to where Aaron is in the game.
Yeah. Oh,
so
this
that's
was a
3
fun
ideas,
animation
one
to
staging.
make. This is fun animation to make. It's just nice to see it after so long. Like, it was fun to get so much movement into this stuff. Ridiculous. Probably my favourite shot is just when his dad turns around and has a tear and Aaron's dodging in the background.
Oh, India referenced what Aaron's dad actually looks like. And she also messaged him to find out what his favourite guitar was and put that into it as well.
Yeah. And I think he's using one of the pictures from the animation as his profile picture on his blues guitar group. Because he messaged me and asked if it was okay, and I was like, yeah, of course. So I break down what I was thinking when I did the layouts for this. I don't think I actually have the storyboards, which is why I couldn't post just the boards in, but I can still explain what I was thinking compositionally.
I'm realizing that this storyboard 01 is kind of storyboard 01 through 10. That's why there was never a storyboard 2. It's because you put it all in one post.
Look at these great moments. What am I saying here? Yeah, how he composes comedy moments. I think I'm talking about how flat staging is great for comedy. Like, you see here how we don't have any, like, top-down shots or, like, super low shots or, like, really ambitious, weird camera movements. Like, everything's staged very flatly, and it makes it very easy to read and the comedy really easy to deliver. So yeah, I guess I've done, like, a lot of boards for my own stuff.
Yeah.
Low-angle shots to make people feel powerful. High-angle shots to make people feel small. Flat shots versus dynamic shots to deliver comedy versus something else, action or something.
Oh my god, how much is in this article?
I got some different lenses you can choose to use. Like, when you want to do something really dramatic and action-packed, wide angle is going to make everything feel, like, really pushed. Or you can have, like, telephoto, which is super flat, which is when you see those awesome anime shots of, like, people walking across what seem like impossible cityscapes where everything's very flat, like all the cars are smushed together. Those are telephoto lenses. Here we are. I go into it. So that's telephoto. You see how everything is like very just like in focus on the same plane. Telephoto. And then this is like a wide angle lens for more dramatic moments. This is bad country. And then I go into the meaning in the cuts. Yeah, this is like fairly comprehensive.
Yeah.
You guys should probably check this out.
Do you remember when I said, like, your posts, you could probably split them up a little bit, and you're like, no, but what if I missed something? You are now experiencing reading this post from the perspective of someone who's coming to it, and you're like, oh,
there's a fair amount in there.
It keeps going.
It's a lot to do with eye trace, you know, making sure that where the viewer is looking is where you want them to be looking. So here, and then they're looking at that, which is what you want. And then you're leading them with the character. And then you're here, which is where everything's taking place. Like, you know, it's cool. It's cool. And then what is this?
That's the...
I use an ogre screen wipe. Okay, so just creative transitions. Essentially. Cutting on the movement, super important. Where you start a movement in one shot and then you cut to a different shot and continue that movement. It really smooths over the cut to keep that movement going between them. there's lots of videos linked in here too. Anyway, yeah, just this pretty much summarizes how I thought at the end of this post. Go and check it out if you want some stuff, some tips. I would love to dive into camera motivation and motion as well as deeper language and composition learnings, but I feel like my hands are about to drop off. Well, maybe when I eventually do storyboarding too, I can go into those.
I'm such a failure. Look, at the end, Mike will do an introduction to 3D modeling in Blender. Never happened.
You said you were gonna,
Yeah.
and I believed you.
If this came out in July, at this point, I would have been assisting coloring comics on Coda, doing backgrounds and color design for Blowing the Payload, and 3D modeling the ships for Starlight Brigade, drawing backgrounds, and starting the compositing pipeline for Starlight Brigade.
I was doing F all. I was just writing this Patreon post.
So, just for context of like, Mike's gonna do this. Yeah, Mike didn't do that, but he
Mike
did all those other
said
things.
That he could have done that then, should he?
Yeah, no. He was doing all those other things. Mike's very bad at not wanting to disappoint anyone, specifically India.
Mike's bad at being honest.
Yeah.
If it means like he's going to say something he thinks you won't like. But, I mean, there's no time like the present. You can always do that again. You can always do the introduction to 3D modeling.
I was going to do a thing where like I would take you step by step how to model a Pigu, and then at the end of it, we would put all the Pigus into the Unity. And I was like, I should probably have a Unity thing ready so that they can be dropped in. And now I have that. So, like 3 years later, things kind of worked out.
Yeah. I'm actually working on a Patreon post right now, Legasp, about the storytelling through colour in one of the Rise of the Humanity episodes. So, look out for that at some point, probably in this week, maybe. Anywho, yeah, I hope that's helpful. That should be a good resource for you guys. I hope. If nothing else, it'll tell you guys how I approach it, which isn't always the right way, but it's an approach you can take. And yeah, I think we should head off because it's midday.
It's midday.
It's midday.
Become a Patreon.
Become monkey.
But yeah, go check out those Patreon posts if you have any questions about storyboarding, and
yeah, and if you have further questions, just like post them in to us. Like, feel free to ask us stuff.
Monkey. All right, let's raid someone. Wow!
Here we go.
I don't know who.
Wow!
I need to look at Twitch to figure out who's streaming now, because I wish the raid thing gave you more than just 5 options.
Me too. It should just give you a list of everyone online who you follow.
Yeah.
And some recommendeds as well.
Oh, there's not too many more people streaming. I guess we're hitting a lull. Does anyone have any recommendations? Any recommendations?
Pokumuri Mio is streaming too.
Pokumuri Mio.
No, I said it wrong. Pokuri Mio. Wait till Brian David Gilbert starts streaming. We'd have to wait for like 20 minutes. Mike. No.
What,
I could spend that 20 minutes getting some pasta.
Go and get some pasta then.
Well, but I'm not going to eat on stream. What's wrong with you?
Look, India.
Wait.
I was doing a study. The face.
Super cool. I like how you're trying to stall me now because you want to raid Brian David Gilbert. Choose someone to raid.
Fine, Pokori Mio then.
Okay.
Cause she cool.
Because like you agent of chaos.
Initiated the raid.
Yeah.
Kids! Oh shit, I almost quoted Splinter from the movie.
Don't you dare!
I know, right? It was like, oh, it came into my head.
I trusted you.
I didn't though.
Good.
I could though.
You can quote it next year.
Always remember that.
Okay, I'll always be scared and worried and suspicious of you, I guess. Yeah, look at it. Splinter's disappointed in you. Can you put him over your face to make it look like it's you?
You didn't see, but during the thing, I was like this.
Nice.
When you wouldn't move on to the next person.
Can you do it? Can you? That's amazing.
In my layout, it says 0 viewers are ready to raid Pokori Mio. Did you all opt out? What happened?
You're calling them out. Put Splinter over your face. I want to see it.
I'm gonna redo the raid. I don't trust it.
But Mike, they were all ready.
Oh.
Now they're gonna have to do it again. Oh my gosh, this stream is a travesty.
What?
Why do you guys even come here? This is terrible.
Wait, Doig's with angry. There we go.
Now you all have to do it again.
What do you mean they're all gone?
They were all gonna go, and now we have to raid again.
Yeah. It was broken. It was broken, India.
Splinter's not quite fitting over your face, and I insist that you make it.
It still says 0 viewers are ready.
Look,
Fuck it.
You're just gonna have to trust it, okay?
Okay.
Trust in what you cannot see.
Okay. If no one gets ported over, then it's not my fault.
No one would think it would be your fault. No one was gonna blame you.
Here we go.
Make it work. Oh, you didn't.
Did I make what work?
I was trying to get you to put Splinter over your head so it looked like it was you.
I did it.
Yeah, but it didn't fit properly.
How is it going to fit properly?
By you resizing it, you fool.
I don't want to.
Right.
If I had 13 more minutes to do it, I might do it.
No, as usual. I sit here disappointed.
Come on.
My dreams shattered.
Come on.
Everything that I was hoping for today is a failure. All I wanted was a
Come on.
little rat bear. Doig Swift is rating with 0 viewers. Heck yeah.
I told you. Here you go. Here's your rat head.
I'm waiting for it. It's
this.
coming.
This is the sums up this stream. Bye! May the rest of the day be filled with adventure. Goodbye!
Goodbye! Adventure.